Welcome, everyone. Good morning to those who are gathered here in the sanctuary and to all who are joining online today. We begin this morning with a musical prelude by Scott Duveau. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Charlottesville. My name is Tori Goodlow. My pronouns are she, her, and I am pleased to be leading worship this morning with Rev. Tim Timerson, Rev. Leah Derlin-Jones, and music director Scott Duveau. This sanctuary was built over 70 years ago on the homeland of the Monacan people and was once cared for by enslaved people from Africa and their descendants. We honor all who have dwelt here and all in our congregation whose lives led to this moment of our gathering. I invite us to take a moment to greet others. Those online may unmute, and those here in the sanctuary or social hall are welcome to greet your neighbors, especially those you may not know.
Good morning from the Eastern Shore.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
Good morning from Myrtle Beach.
Ah.
Wow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning, all.
We offer a special welcome to newcomers and invite you to join us for fellowship after the service in the social hall. Thank you. Please use one of our red coffee mugs and join us for conversation at the newcomer table, which has a red tablecloth. And UU Seville members and friends are reminded to offer a warm welcome to anyone with a red mug. There is a live stream of the service in the social hall, and while everyone is welcome here in the sanctuary, the social hall can be a good option if you need a roomier space. Many thanks to all the folks helping us share worship both here and online, our greeters, ushers, and hospitality teams, and our AV Tech team led by Rachel Buckland. Special thanks to the altar team, Patty Wallens, Lauren Duran, Bonnie Hansen, and Debbie Norton for creating this month's altar in our sanctuary focusing on May's ministry theme, Practicing Imagination. Everyone is invited to come forward after the service and take a closer look. And now we have greetings from board member Aksha Carrier.
Ooh, thank you. So I've been away for a month, and I came back and I spoke to Rev Tim outside the door, and I said, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm supposed to say today. And he said, well, go look in the social hall. And of course, social hall is full of all the exciting things that are going on. So the stewardship and the take action table that I sort of started working on a couple months ago, and it now looks brilliant and beautiful, full of stuff people did while I was away, and stewardship and the budget. And then the special thing I want to mention, if anybody's got their calendar out, is note the date for the upcoming congregational meeting, which is June 8th, where we'll all vote on our budget and our new board and officers. And it's a really great meeting to make you feel part of the community. So anyway, thank you, everyone. I'm glad to be home.
Thank you, Aksha. Here are this morning's announcements. Many thanks to all who worked on and attended the spring auction, which was held last night. We enjoyed delicious food, community and conversation, and bidding on some wonderful items. I'm happy to report that so far we have raised over $5,000. We held a new members and friends class yesterday and are excited to share the news that we welcome 10 new members to our congregation. Would any of our new members who are present this morning please stand? Welcome to UU Seville. This coming Wednesday, May 7th, is our monthly movie and popcorn night hosted by Mary and Clint Sherrill. Sorry, May 9th, Wednesday, May 9th. May 7th, May 9th, what's what? Okay, great. This coming Wednesday, May 7th, is our monthly movie and popcorn night hosted by Mary and Clint Sherrill. This month's movie will focus on the environment and begins at 6:45 p.m. in the social hall. For more information, speak with Mary or Clint. If you are interested in getting information about upcoming demonstrations or protests and would like to connect with other UUs from our congregation who are participating in activist activities, you can add your name to an email list that receives information and announcements by contacting mosaic@uucharlottesville.org or stop by the Take Action table today in the social hall. By being on this email list, you are not committing to showing up at any particular event. This list is a way to be informed of events that others in our congregation may be attending. The list is currently vetted and managed by 4 members of our congregation. For more information, stop by the Take Action table or contact mosaic@uucharlottesville.org. Due to wet conditions on the playground, Sunday second hour childcare will be held in Lower Hall 2.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. A lot going on at this congregation, as Aksha indicated when she went in the social hall. And a number of people were here long hours yesterday. And we had the new member class, and we had the auction, and we had a labyrinth walk, and woohoo, lots going on. So Tori and I want to begin this morning with a call to worship from Tom Rhodes. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
Some of us grow in bunches, some of us grow alone.
Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide.
Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud.
Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun.
Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes.
And all of us are beautiful.
What a beautiful bouquet of people we are.
Come,
let us worship together. I now invite the Kraus family to light our flaming chalice. Will you please join in saying our chalice lighting words? We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. And now we will do our hand motion. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is a church of open minds. This is a church of helping hands. This is a church of loving hearts. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing Flower Round, which will be led by Scott and which we will sing as a round. The words will be on the screen.
Yeah, I should probably make a general announcement here. We did this with the choir last week, and we're going to try to do it collectively today. We do have 3 members of the choir, Georgina, Todd, and Tina, who will be leading you while I accompany you on the piano. Jason, sorry. What did I sorry. Okay. I will be, if you want to see the music, it's on, the music is on number 388. It's originally called Dona Nobis Pacem, but we have new words by Eric Lane Barnes that make it appropriate for the flower communion. So we're going to sing it through together first, and then we're going to have 1, 2, and the back will be 3. I'm trying to get an even number of people so that we can make this round work. And actually also the balcony, I see that there are plenty of people up there as well. So let us get with it. Let's start singing. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go.
Well, it is always fun to learn something new.
Yes, yes. And Reverend Leah, may I say, now I know why we have a choir, because I thought that was hard and they made it look really easy last Sunday.
Well, we sounded wonderful.
Yes.
So if the children and the people who are young or young at heart would come forward for our time together this morning, Reverend Tim and I would really like that.
We would, yes. Come on down.
And you can sit on either side
of the
table.
Yeah.
But be sure to sit where you can see these beautiful flowers as you're up here.
Absolutely. Come on down.
And we invite anyone who would like to come and sit on the red rug, no matter your age. All are welcome.
Awesome.
Well, I confess that Flower Communion is one of my very favorite services, so I always feel extra happy when I know we're going to be celebrating Flower Communion together. And our story this morning is entitled The Story of Flower Communion, and it is adapted from a telling by Janine Groschmeyer.
So, in the city of Prague, in a land which at that time was called Czechoslovakia, in the year 1923, that was a little over 100 years ago, in a time between the two world wars, there was a church, but the building didn't look much like what we think of as a church. As you know, some churches have towers with bells that ring out over the land. Some churches, like ours, have tall spires that reach to the sky. Some churches have massive doors of carved wood or enormous windows of stained glass with colored light shining. Some churches have great musical instruments like organs with hundreds of pipes, the size of small ones like drinking straws to huge ones that touch the ceiling. Some churches have statues or pictures, candles, or chalices.
Yet, in the city of Prague, in the land known as Czechoslovakia, in the year of 1923, this particular church had none of these things. It had no bells, no spire, no stained glass windows. It had no organ to make beautiful music. It didn't even have a piano, and it didn't have a choir. It had no carvings of wood or statues of stone. It had no candles or chalices. It had no flowers for decorating the space. The church did have 4 walls, a ceiling, and a floor. And it had a door and a few windows that let in the light and also let in the fresh air. It had wooden chairs, enough for everyone. You might have said that the church was plain, yet it had a simple beauty. Most importantly, the church had people who came to it every Sunday. They were the most important part, because without people, a church, any church, is just a building, no matter how tall its spire or how loud its bells or anything else.
The church also had another very important thing. It had a minister, and his name was Norbert Čapek. He had been the minister of this congregation for only 2 years. Every Sunday, Minister Čapek went to church and he spoke to the people and they listened. And when he was done speaking, the people talked a little bit among themselves and then they went home. That was all. There was no music, no candles, no chalice, no popcorn, no lemonade, no coffee and tea afterwards. Minister Čapek wondered sometimes if there might be something, perhaps a little bit of something more. He wrote some songs to lift people's hearts during their services, and the people sang them. Minister Čapek didn't know what else, given the congregation's limited financial resources, he could do to make things feel a little more special, a little more meaningful, a little more beautiful at their church.
Wouldn't you be sad if we didn't have things of beauty? If we didn't have popcorn? Yeah. But things went along, and Minister Chopik preached, and the people listened, and everything was fine. Still, Minister Chopik had a longing for something more, something beautiful, to touch the heart of his congregation during what felt like difficult times in the wider world. One day, during the spring, Minister Chopik went for a walk after the rains had come. The birds were singing. The flowers were blooming all over the land. The world was beautiful. He took it all in, and it filled his heart. And then he had an idea. And at church, he asked all the people to bring with them the next Sunday a flower or a budding branch or even a twig. Each person was to bring one. What kind of flower, the people asked? What color? What size? You choose, he said. Each of you, choose what you like. And on the following Sunday, the people came with flowers of all different colors, of all different sizes, kinds, and types.
There were yellow daisies and red roses, white lilies and blue asters and dark-eyed pansies and light green leaves, pink and purple, orange and gold. There were all these colors and more. Flowers filled all the vases. It was a beautiful bouquet, made even more beautiful because the congregation had created it together. With the beautiful flowers before them, Minister Chopik spoke to the people. These flowers, he said, they are like us. Different colors, different shapes, different sizes, each needing different kinds of care, but each beautiful, each important and special in its own way. The people saw that this was true. They saw themselves and their community reflected in the beautiful bouquets of flowers before them.
When Minister Chopik was done speaking, the people each chose a flower, different from the flower they had brought with them that morning. And they took these flowers from the vases and they took them home as a reminder of their own unique beauty in the world and of the beauty we make when we come together in beloved community. And so our flower communion, the same ritual that we will practice today, was born. Unitarian Universalists around the world have treasured this ceremony ever since as an important reminder of being in beloved community and to honor the gift of life and the beauty found in each one of us. And now, as we sing our children to their religious education classes, we invite each of them to choose a flower from our communal bouquet to take home with them. So let us now sing our children to their classes.
We are an interconnected community that cares for one another. Part of how we embody this care is by making time each week to share the joys and sorrows we hold in our hearts. We honor the joys and sorrows that remain unspoken but held in the sanctuary of our hearts. Amen and blessed be. Due to time constraints, we will not be doing our rituals of joys and sorrows. Please know that our pastoral care team member, Meg Dunham, will be available after the service in the back corner of the sanctuary if you are in need of support or someone to listen. You can also reach the pastoral care team at pastoral@uucharlottesville.org.
Thank you. One other joy to share on the fly, I found out this morning that Allison Bushy, who's a member of our congregation, had a baby early this morning, a baby boy. So congratulations to Allison and Zach, sorry. This is what happens when I don't have it in my script. And Eliza, so congratulations. Well, friends, today is our annual service in which we take time to appreciate and express our gratitude to all of you, to all of our leaders and volunteers who share their time and their talent and their passion. What a joy it is to celebrate the UU Congregation of Charlottesville's commitment to service, to generosity, and to love. I must say that every day I marvel at all that you share to make this congregation what it is, a place of welcome and inclusion, hope and joy for all people and for the planet. Service and giving are in the DNA of this congregation. And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that at UUCville, service is our prayer. And what all of you are doing is making a choice in theologian Rebecca Parker's words, to bless the world. None of you has to be here. None of you has to share your gifts, your time, and your energy, but you do. You make the choice to give your time and talent to help this community live into the fullness and beauty of Unitarian Universalism. As Parker says so well, every day you use your gifts to feed those who hunger, to comfort those who are hurting, to welcome those you may not know, to praise what is sacred, and to do the work of justice. She concludes by saying, alone, none of us can save the world, but together, another possibility is waiting. So as we share our appreciation for all that we do together here at the UU Congregation of Charlottesville, I'd like to begin now by inviting Vice President Bev Ryan to present the Connie Cheatham Award for distinguished service to our congregation. Bev?
Good morning. This is one of my favorite days of the year where I get to present the Connie Cheatham Award, and it always gives me such joy, and I'll try not to cry. First of all, the Connie Cheatham Award recognizes a congregation member for extraordinary service to the life of the congregation over a period of years. Connie Cheatham was the wife of our third minister, Harry Cheatham, and contributed in many ways to the church when she returned to Charlottesville in 1968 after her husband's death. In 1987, she was the first recipient of this award to honor her long service, including leading the Women's Alliance, serving as our first pastoral visitor, hosting a coffee hour with a stern look of children trying to get too much candy, and a fundraiser extraordinaire. I am so proud to announce the winners of this year's Connie Cheatham Award. They go to Jude Bias, don't cry, and Kay Frazier. Jude's contributions to our congregation include a long list. that I'll briefly go through. She's been on the Committee on Ministry in the past, Food Pantry, Yard Sale, Silent Auction, Aesthetics Committee, Nominating Committee, Pledge Drive Team, POCHM, CareNet, Buildings and Facilities Committee, Gardens and Grounds. Okay, in addition to these services, she has assisted with pumpkin carving, a dangerous endeavor, events honoring elders, that may be dangerous too, I don't know, wreath making, Seville Pride Festival, and Impact. Jude has been an integral member of the Communications Committee since 2021. She helps with the website, Facebook, Instagram, taking many photos to post, creating brochures, flyers, e-newsletters, and breeze forums. She also assists committees with any design and communication needs. Yes, Jude, thank you. Did you know you did that much? Kay's contributions are also many. She has been integral to the fundraising effort since 2017. She modernized our auction and yard sale to keep it going through the COVID years by switching to an online auction. She continues as the lead for our silent auction team. Kay served on the Interim Ministers Advisory Committee, the Facilities Rental Task Force, Gardens and Grounds Committee as a member and now as an advisor. She remains active on the Pledge Drive Committee. Kay managed the Summit House porch repair fundraiser through our auction site, Octria, which was a huge success. In her 2 terms as treasurer, Kay's wisdom and hard work have kept this congregation on a path from a time of financial insecurity and misunderstanding to a time of optimism and growth. She promoted the creation of the Stewardship Steering Committee, which has been helpful in guiding us to greater financial stability and a strong vision for the future. In addition, Kay provides food for CareNet, helped out with that dangerous event, pumpkin carving, assists with the holiday party, POCHM, and Seville Pride. So each of these amazing women had an enormous impact on our congregation and our well-being and vitality. Either one of them could have won on their own, and we just thought maybe we should give it to both of you at the same time. Thank you so much for your contribution to our congregation and your friendship and love and service. I just have a few tokens of our appreciation. Come on up here, baby.
So we learned about receiving the grace of this award just 2 days ago.
Yes.
And my first thought was, well, I looked at that long list. There's a lot of elders in there. Does that mean I'm getting old? And then we had a conversation, and we thought, does this mean we can stop? Well, the first part of that, it's kind of true. I am getting older, and Jude's getting oldish. The second part of that is not true at all. We cannot stop. So Jude and I have always worked really well as a team, whether it was remodeling our house or landscaping. We bought an old house a long time ago. We've been working on it since then. We've learned to walk away when we need to walk away. I learned to hand the tool, not use the tool. Jude learned not to burn the kitchen down and allow me to cook. So we've always worked really, really well together. And part of that working well together is I'm being the spokesperson for both of us today. being part of this congregation is a journey. What might have bring you here today, what might be tomorrow, a year from now, may be very different. It's a journey of spiritual growth. It's a journey of friendship. It's a journey of picking up a piece of trash, taking on that task that just needs to be done. It's a journey of seizing that opportunity to be a servant leader. One of the most important things that you can contribute to this congregation. It's learning about yourself. It's learning to grow, change, and take on challenges. But it is a circle. And my hope for myself is I'm going to circle back to what brought me here to begin with, and that was that this is my spiritual home. So I don't know where this journey will take me in the years to come, or Jude in the years to come, but I know that we don't take this journey alone. That part of the really blessings of this community is being in community with each of you. And none of us achieve anything by ourselves. I need help picking up the trash, because I don't bend over like I used to. So I really just look forward, and I know Jude does too, looking forward to continuing this journey with each and every one of you. And thank you for the grace of this award.
Well, congratulations, Jude and Kay. You are both such a gift and a blessing to our congregation. And I can say, without exaggerating at all, I'm not sure where we'd be without the two of you. And, well, yeah, definitely. I'm so grateful to you both, and I'm so excited to be journeying with the two of you into a future of hope and possibility for our congregation. So just thank you so much for everything. Now, there are many, many amazing people like Kay and Jude who give so much of themselves to enable our congregation to live our mission, to put love in the center and love into action. Unfortunately, we don't have nearly enough time to name or even recognize all of you, but let me just have Rachel scroll through a few slides, just some things that have happened here over the last year or so. The pictures do not come close to representing everything. That would be the entire service. And also we'll start with this slide. This is the slide that I show at the new member and friends class when I tell new folks, there's a lot going on here. And this slide doesn't capture everything, but it's what Reverend Tim can do off the top of his head before the class begins. And so just take a look at that slide. That is an incredible amount of ministry, amount of service, and it's incredibly inspiring. So Rachel, why don't you just scroll through the others and let us see. Yeah, there's the Popcorn Brigade. Yes. Of course, community partnerships. So wonderful. The fabulous choir. Yes, indeed. So here's what I'd like to do. There's that list again. So what I want to do now is invite anyone in this space who has participated, volunteered, even if it's just one time, or helped lead any of these, or anything else in this congregation. Would you mind just standing up for a moment? By the way, I'm expecting 98.5% of you to be standing up. So yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I just want to say on behalf of our congregation, thank you so much for all that you do and all that you are giving and sharing with our congregation. And those of you who aren't standing, give us time. We will find you, I promise. So you may be seated. Thank you all so very much.
This community offers its love and support to what is closest to our hearts. Another way we show our care for one another is in sharing our financial gifts with our community and our congregation. Our social action collection for the month of May is for Central Virginia Community Justice. And here to tell us about their work is Bianca Johnson.
Bianca, come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for welcoming me here and taking time to learn about the work that we're doing at Central Virginia Community Justice, or CVCJ. My name is Bianca Johnson, and I serve as the Restorative Justice Facilitator with CVCJ. I also work with Charlottesville City Schools, where I coordinate family engagement support and restorative justice efforts with students, staff, and families. In both roles, my mission is the same: to support healing over punishment and to create space for people to be heard, held accountable, and restored. Restorative justice is a different way of responding to harm. Instead of asking what rule was broken and what punishment is deserved, we ask who was hurt, what do they need, and how do we make things right. Here's how the process works. Someone refers a case to us, maybe an attorney or a school administrator, or the people involved themselves. If everyone agrees, we begin the process. First, we meet with each person individually to hear their story, and we normally call those groundwork meetings. When they're ready, we bring them together in a restorative conference where they share how they've been affected and work together on a plan to repair the harm. And afterward, we follow up to make sure the agreement is honored. This isn't a soft alternative. It's a real accountability process, but it's accountability rooted in relationships and not retribution. And in legal cases, it can lead to charges being dismissed. In schools, it can stop a student from being suspended and instead help them return to class or restore a relationship with understanding and growth. Let me give you a picture. I once co-facilitated a case where a young man had stolen and damaged a woman's car. It was a serious offense. But instead of heading straight to court, it came to us. After separate groundwork meetings, we brought them together. She shared her hurt. He listened, and for the first time, he truly took responsibility. They created a plan together. He followed through. The case was dismissed. But more importantly, they both left that conversation with something healed. In the schools, this approach is showing impact. In the last 2 school years, 2 facilitators contracted at our middle and high school have held many groundwork meetings and conferences supporting students and staff. In the last 2 years, our facilitators in the building have put in over 500 hours of direct service. We've helped students resolve conflicts that could have led to suspension or worse, and instead walk them through reflection, conversation, and growth. In some cases, students resolved things so well they didn't need adult intervention again. And in every case or incident, the goal is the same: not just being sorry, but doing sorry. I came to this work because I've seen what the traditional system does to people who look like me. Too often, we're punished instead of understood, locked out instead of lifted up, but restorative justice gives people a chance to face the harm honestly and come out of it whole. I want to share with you that I believe that this is the kind of justice that aligns with faith. It's a justice that holds people accountable while still seeing their humanity. It reflects the belief that we are all more than the worst thing that we've done or the worst thing that we've experienced. And at CVCJ, we offer all of our services at no cost to the people involved, but each case costs between $2,000 and $3,000 to provide because we invest in skilled, diverse facilitators and a process that centers dignity. So to wrap things up, restorative justice is a powerful alternative to punishment that brings people together to acknowledge harm, take responsibility, and make things right. Whether in the courtroom, in the schools, or in our community, it gives all people a chance to be heard, to grow, and to restore trust. It's not about excusing harm, it's about transforming it through honest conversation, accountability, and support. And today, I invite you to support this work if you believe in restoration, in redemption, in community, and not just punishment. Please give what you can and help us continue to be part of people's healing. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being a community that believes in what's possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bianca. In addition to giving online, if you would like to make a donation with cash or check, please use the social action collection envelopes here in the sanctuary and place them in the collection plate. Please make checks out to the UU Congregation of Charlottesville and write Social Action Collection in the memo line. We also invite you to generously support the ministries and mission of UUCville. Through your pledges and the weekly Sunday morning offering, together, our financial gifts support our congregation and enable us to put love into action. This is our shared ministry. During the music that follows, you can offer your financial support by using the text address or going to our website. You may place cash or checks in the collection plates as they are passed. Let us now dedicate all of the many gifts we share with one another by saying, "We accept your gifts with gratitude. May we use them wisely for the highest good."
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Bianca. That was a really inspiring presentation. And I believe, as you were talking, I was thinking, I believe there's a couple members of our congregation who are pretty involved with your organization. Fritz Hudson and Catherine Jenkins-Jom. Yes, so I've had the privilege of hearing the story of this organization from Fritz, and their work is really, really important and very, very inspiring. So thank you so much for being here. So, this morning we are once again sharing in the beautiful Unitarian Universalist ritual of flower communion that, as you heard earlier, was developed by Unitarian minister Norbert Čapek. As the flower communion begins, you are invited to come forward and take a flower that is, of course, as you heard earlier, different than the one you brought from home. I invite you to let that flower symbolize all the blessings in your life and all the blessings you give and receive here at UUCville. Blessings that help us grow, deepen our spirits, and work together for a world of love, justice, and peace. As you come forward, please form 2 lines down the center aisle, and then as you get to the front, just come down on either side of the table, and more than one person can be on each side at a time. Then when you're done, just go around, go back to your seat along the side aisles. And if you were not able to bring a flower today, please be part of this ceremony. And if you're here for the first time, you've never been in this church, of course we welcome you to participate. And now, as beautiful and joyful music fills this space and as our flower communion begins, let me offer this blessing that I've adapted a little bit from Minister Čapek. In this sacred moment, may we be strengthened in knowing that we are one community, that one spirit of love unites us, and that we are joined together as one people, sharing our gifts and striving to live lives filled with joy and laughter, peace and hope. Let our ritual begin.
Childlike tap I'll steal. Look twice, my friend, it's not the wind at all. You'll never see what you refuse to be. The power in the seeing is believing. It's not magic, not madness, just the elements I style. And I guarantee faithfully I will never go until all is said and done. In a twinkling I'll be gone. Well, excuse me, I have so much more to do.
Thank you, Scott. Such beautiful music. So before we move into our closing hymn, I always like to do this on Flower Communion Sunday. I also do it on Christmas Eve when we have our candles lit. So for the people who are joining on Zoom and for everyone in this room, what I'd like to do is accentuate this beautiful bouquet. So what I'd like to invite you to do, you can remain seated, but just hold your flower up. And I hope, Rachel, I don't know if you can get a good shot of that for those on Zoom. And just so that the folks who are joining us online can see all the colors and the beauty of the flowers and the beauty of the people. You can lower your flowers. Thank you so much. For our closing hymn, I'd like to invite you to join in singing hymn number, I believe it's 346. Come sing a song with me. The lyrics will be on the screen. Please rise. Extinguish our chalice. I offer these closing words from Roland Marin. May the warm sun shine upon us. May the brightness of green grass fill us with exultation. May the sweet perfume of spring flowers grace the places where we find ourselves. May the songs of birds bring music to our souls, and may love, fresh and bright, renew our lives. Friends, be well, take very good care of yourselves, of each other, and of the world. May your lives be blessed with joy and love, and may you always share a rose with your loved ones, with your friends, with those you may not know. Share a rose. Amen. Blessed be.